Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra Unit 1.7 Notes, Day 3. Today we're talking about applications of linear equations. Our learning target today is to be able to solve basic linear application problems. So, real quick, list all the words or phrases that represent multiplication. All right, I'll give you a couple of seconds to figure that out, and pause the video if you want to. Now, how many of you guys are thinking, multiply, product, times? Well, yes, those words do mean to multiply. Okay, but in word problems, they're not going to be saying that. Okay, some of the key words that you need to be paying attention to are the words of, per, every, and each. Those are all other words that you could see that help you to know when multiplication is taking place. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at these. Jaden is ordering a large pizza from Papa Joe's restaurant. They charge him $20 for the pizza plus 75 cents for each extra topping. Write an equation to model the situation where P represents the total amount that he has to pay and T represents the extra toppings he orders. So when I'm writing this, P is the total, okay? So what's going on to each one of these in this problem? Well, there's a flat charge for the pizza, right? But then each topping you have to pay for, okay? So each topping you have to pay 75 cents, and then you have to times that by each topping. So that's where the 0.75t comes, and then you need to add that for the 20 bucks, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at B. So B is asking what will the total amount be if he orders 4 extra toppings. So I'm going to take the original equation, 75t plus 20, and now I know that t is 4. Okay, so you do 0.75 times 4, because that's the amount of toppings that we have, and we get $3, or 3. So P equals 3 plus 20, because this is what we just did. And then you just add. So remember, I'm writing my final answer, and we're talking about dollars, so the cost would equal 23. Okay, now how many toppings are on the pizza that costs a total of $24.50? So before, when we circle this, they were talking about the T, but now they're talking about the P, because that's the total amount, right? So that's where the P would go, the 24.50, and then I would just write down the rest of the equation, okay? So if I want to get the T by itself, because I want to find out how many toppings, we need to solve. So solving means we're doing SADMAP, the reverse order of operations. All right, 24.50 minus 20 is $4.50. And then we have 0.75, and to get rid of the 0.75, I have to divide it to both sides. And then I have 450 divided by 0.75, and we get 6. So 6 equals T is our final answer. And if we wanted to label that, we would say 6 toppings. All right, let's look at the next one. Rosario has $600 saved up to buy a used car. She is saving $50 per week for each of her paychecks. So she already has $600 saved up, and she is saving $50 per week. There's our multiplication. Write equation to model the situation where S is the total amount she has saved and W is the amount of weeks. Okay, so S is the total, so that equals the amount she has per week plus the money that she already has. So S equals 50W plus 600. How much will Rosario have saved after 12 weeks? Well, we go that S equals 50 times 12 plus 600. Why don't you guys go ahead and pause the video and see if you can solve that. Good luck. Okay, when you multiply by 12, 50 times 12 is 600, and then 600 plus 600 is 1,200. So Rosario has $1,200. How long or how many weeks does she need to save to have a total of $3,000? Well, remember here, they were talking about, whoops. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Okay, so here they were talking about the weeks, the W. Here, they already said that's the total. Okay, so that's the S. So if I know that the S is 3,000, then I need to find the W, which means I need to solve for W. Okay, so when we are solving, remember we're doing SADMEP. So subtract the 600 to both sides. 3,000 minus 600. If you don't know it, guys, use your calculator. So we get 2,400 or 2,400. And the W is not by itself yet. So I would divide both sides by 50. So I'm going to divide by 50, and we get 48. So 48 equals W. How many weeks does she need? It would be 48 weeks. All right, number 3. Timothy works for a landscaping company called New Lawn. He gets paid a weekly base salary of $370 plus a bonus of $25 for each new customer he convinces to sign up for landscaping services this week. Write an equation to model the situation where T represents the total amount he is paid and C represents the amount of new customers. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video right here and see if you guys can do this all on your own. Good luck. Okay, so T is the total amount and C is for each customer, and I get that from right there, 25 each. Okay, so how much will Timothy get paid if he convinces 3 new customers to sign up? Well, all we would do is plug in 3 for C. So T equals 25 times 3 plus 370. Now, remember we multiply first, and hopefully you guys know what 25 times 3 is, just imagine if you have 3/4, that's 75, plus 370, and then total, you just add them up. 75 plus 370, we get 445. So he would get paid $445. All right, how many customers must he convince to sign up with the company if he wants to make $545 for the week? So that right there is the total for the week. So that means they're talking about T, and we need to find the amount of weeks. So 545 equals 25C plus 370. So once again, we are solving for C. Pause the video and see if you can solve it all on your own. Good luck. Okay, so I subtracted the 370 and divided by 25, and I got 7 equals C. So that means he would need to convince 7 customers. Okay? Don't forget to label your final answer. All right, last one. Maria is saving in order to buy a new purebred puppy. She has a babysitting job that pays her $12 per hour. She already has $48 saved. So write an equation to model the situation where T represents the total amount she has saved and H represents the amount of hours. Okay, so once again, T is the total. So we would take the 12 hours, that's the 12H, $12 per hour, and then plus the money she already has. So how much money will she have saved if she works for 17 hours? So we need to find the total. T equals 12 times H plus 48. Okay? Now, you guys are going to solve that one, but I'll help you set up C as well. How many hours does she have to work to afford the puppy? If it's $468, so that is the total amount. You would plug in 468 and then solve the equation. Okay, so go ahead and do both B and C. Pause the video. Good luck. Okay, so for B, we multiplied 12 times 17 to get 204, and then 204 plus 48 is $252. For C, how many hours does she have to work? You subtract the 48 to both sides. Oh, Mr. Grice, it might be helpful if you showed your work. Sorry. So we subtracted the 48 to both sides, divide by 12, sorry about that, and then we get 35 for H. So 35 hours. And that's it. So your homework is 1.7 practice C. We've got a little bit of review, and then we're going into finding the equation and the solution. Okay? So if you have any questions, please come find Ms. Carranza or myself. We would love to help you out. Otherwise, this is Mr. Grice signing off for Algebra Unit 1.7 Notes, Day 3. Thanks for watching.